Hello, everybody! Doom Gamer 2000 here, and I'm bringing you Speed Read, Race to the Finish, whatever you want to call it, of Homestuck. Alright, since Homestuck is ending soon, I want to do something big-ish. Because originally, there was going to be a Let's Read for a group, and things happen. You know, time, relative, stuff. So, I was going to get as many people as possible to help me with this. People are busy, don't have mics, technical issues, all that stuff. So, first session's just going to be me, rambling to you guys, and reading. So, let us begin. Act 1 of Homestuck. A young man stands in his bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 13th of April, is this young man's birthday. Though it was 13 years ago he was given life, it is only today he'll be given a name. What will the name of this young man be? Enter name. Also, this will not be professional in any way. It's one shot, me talking. So, yeah. Enter name, Sue Smell Poop Lord. Try again, smartass. John Egbert. Examine room. Your name is John. As was previously mentioned, it is your birthday. A number of cakes are scattered about your room. You have a variety of interests. You have a passion for really terrible movies. You like to program computers, but you are not very good at it. You have a fondness for paranormal lore, and are an aspiring amateur magician. You also like to play games sometimes. What will you do? John! Quickly receive alms from drawer. Your arms are in your magic chest, Poop Lord! Remove cake from magic chest. Out of sympathy for John's perceived lack of arms, you pick up the cake for him and put it on his bed. John! Quickly retrieve arms from magic chest. You retrieve your fake arms from the chest. You use these for hilarious antics. You capture log them in your Silodex. You have no idea what that actually means, though. There are other items in the chest. John, examine contents of the chest. In here you keep an array of humorous and mystical artifacts. Each one a devastating weapon in the hands of a skilled magician, or a cunning prankster. You are neither of these things. Among the artifacts are 2 fake arms currently capture-logged in your Silodex, 1 pair of trick handcuffs, 1 stunt sword, 1 magician's hat, 1 pair of Beetlepuss glasses, several smoke pellets, several blood capsules, and 1 copy of Colonel Sasco's daunting text of magical frivolity, I cannot talk, and practical japery, and 1 copy of Harry Anderson's Wise Guy by Mike Cavaney. Cavaney. It is midnight, and I am talking to myself. You have no reason to complain. I brought this upon myself. Some of this stuff may come in handy at some point. For now, you decide to just take the smoke pellets. John, capture log smoke pellets. You stow the smoke pellets on one of your capture log cards in your Silodex. You still aren't totally sure what that means, but you are starting to get the hang of this vernacular at least. You have 2 empty capture log cards remaining. John, equip fake arms. You aren't totally sure if equip is a verb capactic with the abstract behavioral medium in which you dwell, but you give it a try anyway. Unfortunately, you cannot access the fake arms. Their card is underneath the one you just capture-logged, the smoke pellets. You will have to use the pellets first in order to access the arms. But this is probably unadvisable, since you just make your room lousy with smoke. Your Silodex fetch modus is currently dictated by the logic of a stack data structure. You were never all that good with data structures. You find the concept puzzling and mildly irritating. But, with any hope, perhaps you will advance new, practical fetch modi for your Silodex. And, with a little more experience. John, examine Problem Sleuth poster. Is it ever possible to get more hardboiled than that? You really doubt it. This poster was one of your wisest purchases. There is a nice spot on the wall next to it. You've been meaning to hang another poster there soon. John, read note on drawer. This note is rich with aromas of fatherly aftershave and colognes. Besides the note is a rolled-up poster. John, take poster. Another birthday artifact. You wonder what is printed on the poster. You'll need some way to hang it on your wall. John, acquire hammer and nails. They will come in handy. You first place the hammer into your Silodex, but now all of your capture log cards are full. You wonder what will happen if you try to take the nails. You guess it doesn't hurt to try. John, take nails. You capture log 4 nails in the top card and push all the artifacts down a card. The fake arms are pushed entirely out of the deck. Oh well, they're probably completely useless anyway, but you probably don't want to do that again, unless you want to drop smoke pellets and suffer the consequences. In any case, you now feel like you've gathered enough things to get down to business, and do some really important stuff. The next thing you will do will probably be exceptionally meaningful. John, squawk like an imbecile and shit on your desk! This is the dumbest idea you've had in weeks! Stupid, stupid, stupid! And yet, the polished surface of your desk, it beckons. John, combine the nails and hammer. You merge the top 2 cards. The hammer and nail are now capture-logged to the same card and can be used together. John, use hammer nails on poster. You use the hammer and nails and cards in conjunction with the card beneath it. John, nail poster to wall. You use the hammer, nails, and poster on the blank space on the wall. It's glorious. Exactly what you wanted. The old man really came for you this time. John, examine Con Air poster. Put the bunny back in the box. I said, put the bunny back in the box. Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box? John, examine Deep Impact poster. Morgan Freeman's genteel, homespun mannerisms were perfect qualities for a president residing over a crisis. Ocean rises, cities fall. Hope survives. Wow. Wow. Ugh. Films about impending apocalypse fascinate you. Plus, a black president? Now you've seen everything. John, examine calendar. You've marked your birthday, the 13th of April. Another day you marked was supposed to be the arrival date for a highly touted Spur beta launch. It's been 3 days already. It's starting to become a sore subject with you. John, eat cake. You are sick to death of cake. You've been eating it all day. And you have no intention of clogging your Silodex with it either. The cake stays put for now. You hear a notice from your computer. Someone is messaging you. John, examine incoming messages. Right. Now, here's the part where it gets interesting. Now, for some of them, I will use voices. Which I will probably mess up on, or I'm not too great, because I don't technically have all the voices. I'm not good with all the voices, but I shall do my best. You pull up to your computer. This is where you spend most of your time. You decorated your desktop with some rather handsome wallpaper, which you made yourself. You are really proud of it. Your desktop is also littered with various programming project files. You are so bad at programming, sometimes you wonder why you even bother with it. Your Pestachum application is flashing. Someone is trying to get in touch with you. John, open Pestachum. Only one of your chums is logged in. He sent you a message. John, open message. Hey, so what insane loot did you rake in today?
Oh, I got a little Monsters poster. It's so awesome! I'm gonna watch it again today.
The apple juice scene was so funny. Oh, hell. That is such a coincidence. I just found an unopened container of apple juice in my closet, and it's like fucking Christmas up in here. Oh, okay. That's fine. But I have one question and then a word of caution. Have you ever seen a movie called Little Monsters starring Howie Mandel and Fred Savage? But the seal on the bottle is unbroken. Are you suggesting someone put piss in my apple juice at the factory? All I'm saying is, don't you think Monster Howie Mandel has the power to do something as simple as reseal a bottle? Trying to use your brain, numbnuts. Why did the fat kid, or whoever drank it, knew what piss tasted like? I mean, his reaction was nigh instantaneous. It was the 15th day in a row Howie Mandel peed in his juice. Okay, I can accept that. Monster B-list celebrity douchebags are cunning and persistent pranksters. Also, Fred Savage has a really punchable face. But who cares about that? Let's stop talking about it. Did you get the beta yet? No. Did you? Man, I got 2 copies already. But I don't care. I'm not gonna play it or anything. The game sounds boring. Do you see how it got slammed in GameBro? GameBro's such a joke and we both know it. Yeah. Why don't you go check your mail? Maybe it's there now. Alright. John, look out window. You see the view of your yard from your window. Hanging from the tree is your tire swing. In a kid's yard, a tree without a tire swing is like a proper gentleman without a monocle. That is to say, he can hardly be considered a terribly proper gentleman at all. And there beside your driveway is the mailbox. John, examine mailbox. Your little red army swingy dealy thing or whatever it is called is flipped up. What the hell is that thing called anyway? You don't have time for these semantics. The red flappy leather thing means you have new mail. And that means the beta might be here. John, go outside and check mailbox. You're about to hurry downstairs while you hear your car pull up in the driveway. It looks like your dad has returned from grocery store. Oh great, he's beating you to the mail. Skype going off. Things working. No. Yes. I don't know. Oh, okay. Yes. If you go downstairs to get it, he will likely monopolize hours of your time. You decide to chill out up here for a while and dust that. You decide to chill out up here for a while until the dust settles. Sometimes you feel like you're trapped in this room, stuck, if you will, in a sense which possibly borders on a titular. Oh, now your chum is pestering you again. The clockwork of friendship turns ceaselessly, operating the swing lever dealies of harassment and perpetuity? Whatever the word is! Whatever! The dude can just hold his damn horses! John, examine games on CD rack. I am tired! No! You've put countless man-hours into this assortment of quality titles. John, read Colonel Sassacre's daunting text. You decide to consult with the Colonel's bottomless wisdom. Good grief, this thing is huge. It could kill a cat if you dropped it. But to really dig into this hefty book, you will have to capture log it. You are not sure if you're ready to logjam your other articles beneath it just yet. John, capture log fake arms again. What did you just say? You don't want to clog up your... Oh, jeez. In a momentary lap of concentration, you accidentally capture log the arms again. John, set Pestachum status to bully. You don't think the situation is quite dire enough to go all the way to rancorous, but you still feel the Pestachum client should reflect your mood in the same way. Bully will have to do, you guess. This unsurprisingly does nothing whatsoever. Oh, right, you forgot your chum is still pestering you. John, answer chum. Is it there? Please say yes. Maybe you can play with TT. She's been pestering me all day about it. She's macking on me so hard all the time, I start to feel embarrassed for her. I mean, not that I can blame her or anything. Yes, it's understand. Oh, Yeah, it's understandable because you're really attractive. I mean, I'm attracted to you. Thank you. JK! No, I don't have it yet. My dad has the mail. I guess I have to go down and get it from him and see if it's there. And I'm busy spending all afternoon shitting around with my stupid Silodex. It's so frustrating. What's your modus? What? How do you retrieve artifacts from it? Oh, like one at a time, I guess. It's like if you put too much and like something falls out. Stack? What is yours? Hash map? My bro taught me a few tricks. He basically knows everything and is awesome. What the hell is that? You should probably brush up on your data structures. I guess. Did you at least allocate your strife specifists? No. It could free up a card for you. Plus, let you attack stuff whenever things get too hot to handle, which is never. What have you got? Well, I've got a hammer, but it's trapped in some arms. Wow, you really suck at this, don't you? Just get rid of the arms and then allocate the hammer to the specifist. How? I don't know, just use the arms on any old thing to see if it works. John, combine fake arms with cake. You stick the fake arms in the cake on your bed. This definitely makes the cake at least 300% more hilarious. You're sure Colonel Sasker would know the precise index of elevated hilarity. John, allocate hammer to strife specifists. Hold on, I'm gonna get some water. Okay. Yeah. You check the back of the strife specifists for the kind abstratus you want. Or you have in mind for it. John, select hammer. Your strife specifists has been allocated with the hammer kind abstratus. The hammer has been moved from your capture log deck to your strife deck. John, report progress to TG. Okay, I did it. Hammer kind? Yeah. Okay. That will be permanent allocation for your specifists. I guess I should have mentioned that. Hope you like hammers, dude. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. I can't imagine it going to be that relevant. John, capture log Colonel's big book. Now that you got some space in your Silodex to work with, you figure you might as well start squandering it immediately. Ordinarily, this ridiculous book would be way too heavy to carry around in any practical way. You guess maybe this is one respect in which the college presents some convenience. John, examine Game Bro magazine. Read the article. Should I read this? Why not? So, okay. Spurb is this game that, like, a lot of cats seem to be hella pumped of. And this beta is sitting on my desk for review, so I'm like, yeah, man, I'll write something. But I don't know, I'm like, so it's about these houses or some noise? That's fine, I'm not sure if like fucking dynamite in a handbag for some bro sifts. But all I'm saying is, when do you get to thrash anything? When you're playing house or some shit, are you ever in jeopardy of like getting money in your doll's address or whatever? From like busting out, and I quote, the mad stunts all wicked up ins? Nah, what I'm saying, bro, yo ma, I didn't actually play the thing, but I give it 1.5 out of 5 hats to keep it real. At this point, I'd like to give a shout out to my boy Dennis, who was over the other day. We were chilling out in the front of the Dark Knight, and he was so psyched, y'all. So, this one time, he was leaning against the screen door and like shit popped open, and the back deck was all wet, and he slipped down the steps and like broke his thumb on the lawn. It wasn't a long fall, but hey, I guess a thumb bone wasn't made for supporting the brunt of a huge user's tool against wet grass. We never did watch Dark Knight on account of Ron tucking his ball of candy-ass girl to the hospital. But it's cool. I still got another watch on me. Bro tell Rwanda. Bro notes! Dennis was so wasted. I mean, damn. John, capture log Game Bro. It might come in handy if you ever need something that burns easily. John, capture log Magician's Hat. You expend your final card on Magician's Hat. John, get funny glasses too. You don't have a free card in your Silodex. However, you are able to merge the Beagle Puss with the Magician's hat to create a clever disguise. John, wear disguise to fool Dad. John? Who is this John you speak of? You are quite certain that it has never been, nor ever will be. Yeah, this is a really shitty disguise. While you are wearing the items, they remain on the card, but it is temporarily removed from the deck, thus freeing up the cards beneath it. John, leave room. You exit into the hallway. On the wall hangs a picture of a fella who knows how to have a laugh, a man after your own heart. You always thought he looked a lot like Michael Cera, but your dad swears on the many hallowed tombs of Egypt that it is not. You're not sure about that, though. On the other wall is one of your dad's stupid clowns, or harlequins, as he is quick to correct anyone who would venture such brazen assumption. John, go downstairs. The accursed odor of fresh baking wafts into your newfound nostrils. Something is brewing in the kitchen. It must be the connivings of your arch nemesis, Betty Crocker, and the rich, buttery aroma of her plot stinks to high heaven. This mission is going to be more difficult than you imagined. John, admire harlequins. You check out the shelves of fanciful harlequins. Look at this fucking garbage. You hate this stuff. Funny is funny, but your dad can be a real cornball. Sometimes at night you pray for burglars. John, examine fireplace. A bright orange flame flickers in the fireplace. It doesn't matter that it's April, and not terribly chilly outside. In a home, a fireplace needs a fire, because that's what a fireplace is for. A fire belongs in a fireplace, damn it. Capture graphically at all times, without exception. As domestic myth of uncountability origin holds, a home borrows the spirit of the flame for as long as it makes a guest of it, much as the moon takes liberty with the sun's rays. The moon's errant thief, and her pale fire she snatches from the sun. Mark Twain. You are almost certain that Mark Twain said that. John, toss Game Bro into fire. It doesn't burn as quickly as you hoped. Each Game Bro magazine is guaranteed to be printed on 40% recycled asbestos. For big ups to Mother Earth, yo. John, fondly regard cremation. You examine the sacred urn containing your departed Nana's ashes. When your father gives her portrait a wistful glance now and then, you can tell it brings back painful memories. A tall bookshelf, a ladder, an unabridged Colonel Sassacus. He never wants to talk about it. John, topple urn! Yeah, sorry for my voice, I'm also kind of sick. But, whatever. You clumsily mishandled the sacred urn. Ashes everywhere! In retrospect upon Mulling's cinematic tropes regarding ash-filled urns, this outcome was a virtual certainty. You'd probably better clean it up before Dad finds it. John, combine father's pipe with clever disguise. You think now would be a good time to beef up your clever disguise. John, examine oversized gift. Contemplating what could be inside this package is sort of exciting, but it makes you a little nervous at the same time. John, open large present. Oh, hell no! John, capture log ashes. First you drop the Harlequin doll on the couch, having in the middle of the floor sprawled out all akimbo-like. That struck you as unseemly. You capture log the ashes to your available card. John, combine ashes with urn. You merge the sacred urn with the ashes. Most of the ashes back in the urn, but it's a total mess. Really, it would have been more tidier if you just used the broom and dustpan. John, put urn back. No one will be the wiser. Except maybe for people with eyes. John, get fake arms again. You just got another brilliant idea for something to do with those pointless arms. You pry them out of the cake and capture lock them. Looks like Pesachom is acting up again. Examine third and fourth walls of room. John, check Pestachum. Another one of your chums is messaging you. John, check message. And I don't even know how many pages I'm in, and my throat's already dying. Alright. I understand you have recently come into possession of the beta release of the Game of the Year, as featured as a respectable periodical such as Game Pro magazine. That's an ugly rumor. Whoever told you that is a filthy liar, and should probably stop hitting on him all the time or whatever. I can't control myself. I must have a weakness for insufferable pricks. Anyway, I still haven't checked the mail. My dad has it. I'm trying to get it from him, so BRB. John? What? You're wearing one of your disguises now, aren't you? You are typing to me now while wearing one of those something ridiculous. No? Why would you even think that? That's so stupid. Okay. Why don't you go get the game from your father? Alright, wish me luck. Oh, by the way, JK, I was wearing a funny disguise the whole time. Gotcha. I know, John. John, go back downstairs. You can now execute that brilliant idea of yours. There should be just enough frosting on the fake arms to serve as an adequate adhesive. John, attach arms to doll. You don't care what Colonel Sasuke says. That makes it at least 1,000,000% funnier. John, inspect burnt paper on the floor. Provolone. You put this back in the fire where it belongs. John, throw present wrap in fire. As long as you're cleaning up. John, capture log doll. You can carry hefty items, but that thing is just way too big. Get real. Besides, you don't even want it. John, read Colonel Sasuke's text. Not too sure how well we'll be able to read this, but I will read it to my best of abilities. Hell's bells! We are having a mighty sporting time of it. Hold fast, my intrepid fellow pranksmiths. We have merely nicked the mahogany of our draping chests. If I may direct the incisive ogle of your beagle push, the reeling regency of rubber bugs, plastic parasites, squirming serpents, pliable pests, and every such order of Finnis and creepy crawly. Land sakes alive, we are cooking with petrol now. In further exhibits, we shall dwell on artifice useful to your exploits. Is your pappy's rod a real handy? What about a bit of iron cord? It shouldn't prove elusive. Bring these writhing rascals to life, and set the nerves of some old maid to the wreck of Hussie. Do you have a bothersome aunt who never seems troubled to find ways with your sunny afternoons? A broad splintery fence? A bucket of whitewash, perhaps? By gum, you'll fix her wagon! And what of that twainy Gent? Gent, who puts his lackadaisical lean near the sarsaparilla font? You'll have the listless occatroon find the... That is probably the most ridiculous thing I've ever read. No, scratch that. Everything Gamzee said is the most ridiculous thing I've ever read. Besides the point, we'll get to that later. You've thought about consulting the text to determine exactly how hilarious the doll is now. But this text is way too big to navigate in a timely fashion. You've decided to forget it. John, find Dad and retrieve mail. The door on the left leads to the kitchen, from which the smell of baking wafts, a powerful aroma which could lift an especially portly hobo off his feet. The door on the right leads to the study, where your dad spends a lot of time. He can be in either room. Where will you go? John, go into the study! It doesn't look like he's here right now. John, examine father's desk. On the desk is a deck of playing cards, one of your dad's pipes, the April issue of the Serious Just a magazine, a stray capsulog card. There is also a can of peanuts on the desk. Ha ha! Oh, Dad, you won't be falling for that one again anytime soon. A severe peanut allergy is a terrible affliction to cope with. John, upgrade costume with hat from rack. You swap the magician's hat with the bowler hat. This disguise is somewhat less funny, but a lot more distinguished looking. John, combine second pipe with clever disguise. Your dad maintains numerous pipes around the household. A father without a pipe is like a strapping roughneck without a toothpick. That is to say, he is rather a piss-poor excuse for a roughneck if you ask me. You'd rather not take the pipe, though. The first one tastes bad enough as it is. How you suffer for your comedy. John, examine capsulog card. Yes! This will be perfect for expanding the space in your cellar. John, capsulog card. Okay, the next one is the John Plays Haunting Piano refrain. Now, that requires editing for me to actually put the song into the GIF. GIF? Whatever. John, play 52 pickup. You play the prankster's favorite card game, even though you are alone in the room, thus rendering an especially foolish version of solitaire. So stupid! Look at this mess. The peanut gallery over there is sure getting a kick out of it. You are allergic to their scorn. John, attempt to leave house. You go back to the living room and contemplate checking the mailbox outside. You think perhaps you should exhaust all possibilities before plunging headlong into dad encounter. Your television is currently airing a commercial. John, exit. You exit the house. John, check mail. Predictably, the mailbox is empty. You have already been scoped by your father. The streets are empty. Wind skims the voids, keeping your neighbors apart, as if grazing the hollow of a cut reed, or, say, a plundered mailbox. A familiar note is produced. It's the one this desolation plays to keep its instrument in tune. It is your 13th birthday. And, as with all 12 preceding it, something feels missing from your life. The game presently eluding you is only the latest sleight of hand in the repertoire of an unseen riddler. One to engender a sense not of mirth, but of lack. His coarse schemes are those of less of prankster than a common pickpocket. His riddle is absence itself. It is a mystery disappearing altogether, like the moon's faint reflection, with even one pebble of inquiry dropped in its black well. It is the most diabolical riddle of all. Absence diminishes little passion, and increases great ones, as wind extinguishes candles and fans a fire. Walt Whitman. Yes, you are certain Walt Whitman said that. 100% positive. You have a feeling it's going to be a long day. John, leave a surprise for the mailman. No! No! John, see if your father left the mail in the car. The door is locked and your dad has the car keys. You peer in through the driver's side window. You don't see any mail, but you do see a green package. There is also something underneath it that looks like a slip of paper. Could these items have come in the mail? You don't see anything else that's usually in the mail, like bills and coupons. Maybe your dad forgot to take the stuff inside. John, spy in the kitchen. You try to get a gander through the kitchen window, but you can't see a whole lot. It seems your dad's been doing so much baking the glass is steamed up. God, he is so weird. But you can see what's on the table just beside the window. It looks like the mail is there. Included among it is a red package, some bills, your dad's PDA, and an envelope that appears to be suspiciously labeled with a Sperm logo. Could it be? Unfortunately, the window is locked. And now I shall take a break. What am I, like 40 minutes into recording about. I'm only a bit way into Act 1. Doing it by myself, it's going to take a lot longer. But with when I get more people in, hopefully it will go a lot smoother. So, yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. I know it sucks. It's no Homestuck collab. It's most certainly. But it's something special and I wanted to do for the Homestuck community, or the fandom, or whatever. So, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!